It's Miss Stephanie with Friday Family Storytime, and I have some cool new books to share with you today. I can't wait to read them with you, but first we have to warm up our hands and get ready to wave to each other. Are you ready? We wave hello like this. We wave hello like this. With all our friends at story time, we wave hello like this. Hello! I have 4 really cute books. Lots of books about animals today. It's funny. And I think we can start with this book called It's My Tree, about this little squirrel. It's by Oliver Telek. He's written the words and done the illustrations. And I want to see what you think about this book. I love trees. I love this tree. It's my tree. I love eating my pine cones in the shade of my tree. It's my tree, and these are my pine cones. But what if one day someone decided that my tree isn't my tree, but is actually their tree? And what if that someone wanted to eat my pine cones in the shade of their tree, or their pine cones in the shade of my tree? Sure, you could argue that there are plenty of pine cones for everyone and even shade enough for 2. But we all know where that kind of thinking leads. Then the tree would be everyone's tree, the pine cones everyone's pine cones, and the shade everyone's shade. I'm thinking, what's wrong with that? I need everyone to know these pine cones. These are my pine cones, and this is my tree. Uh-oh, look at that angry face. Maybe I should put up a gate. A gate is good. It marks your territory. Or a fence for peace and quiet, or even a wall. It would have to be a sturdy wall, so it couldn't be knocked down, and high enough that you couldn't climb over it, and long enough that you couldn't just go around it. It would need to be a really long wall to protect my tree and my pine cones. A wall that ends with another wall. Oh, he's still standing there. He's stuck in there. But I can't help but wonder what might be behind that huge wall. Maybe nothing. Can't see out anymore. Doesn't even know. Or could there be a pine cone behind that wall? A bigger pine cone than my pine cones? Could there be another tree behind the wall? A taller, more beautiful tree than my tree? A magnificent tree full of pine cones? He's not even happy with his own tree and pine cones anymore. So he gets a ladder. Maybe there's a whole forest of trees full of pine cones behind that wall. A forest that could be my forest, and pine cones that could be my pine cones. And look at what he sees. There is a forest. And there are a lot of other squirrels, too. What do you think he's thinking? I thought that was really interesting. A lot of questions. He wanted them all to be his, and then he couldn't see out. So I wonder what he's going to do. Do you think he'll make friends with any of those other squirrels? Or share the pine cones? Or take his wall down? I don't know. Those are all really good questions I have. Actually, I'm not going to read this one next. Next, I'm going to read this book called Toasty. Look at Toasty. It's written and illustrated by Sarah Wang. And it's really cute. This is Toasty. Toasty loved watching the dogs outside his window play. He loved how they barked and ran with each other in the park. He loved them so much, he wanted to be a dog. Toasty knew there were some differences. Most dogs have 4 legs, but Toasty had 2 legs and 2 arms. Some dogs sleep in dog houses, but Toasty slept in a, can you guess? A toaster. Dogs usually have hair or fur, but Toasty had neither, because he's a piece of toast. In fact, Toasty was made of bread. Toasty tried to run like a dog, but when he got on his 2 hands and 2 feet, all he was able to see was the ground. Toasty chased a cat, but he was no match for it. And when Toasty rolled in a puddle, he ended up soggy. Surprisingly, Toasty could bark like a dog. Woof, woof, woof. In spite of so many differences, Toasty decided to put on his best collar, grab his sparkly ball, and go to the park to play with the dogs. When Toasty found them, he tossed the ball high in the air. But the dogs did not chase it, they chased Toasty instead. Uh-oh, this is not looking good for Toasty. Run, Toasty, run! If my dog saw Toast in the park, she would chase it too. He threw off his collar to distract them, and just in time, Toasty spotted a sandwich nearby and jumped up on top to hide. The dogs came closer and closer until suddenly a girl grabbed her sandwich and said, "Hey, that's mine!" And then she sniffled and sneezed, the biggest sneeze. Achoo! The girl sat down to take a bite and heard woof, woof. She looked around to see who was barking and realized it was coming from her sandwich. Toasty leapt up. The girl laughed. "I've always wanted a dog," she said, "but I'm allergic." "Woof, woof, 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 woof," said Toasty, which translates to, "Can I be your dog?" "You'd be the perfect dog for me," said the girl. Toasty and the girl played for the rest of the day. And the day after that, they're throwing a ball, and the day after that, they became the best of friends. Toasty was different from the other dogs, but the girl loved Toasty, and Toasty loved her. And I think a toast dog is the perfect dog for someone who's allergic to dogs. Isn't that funny? I have another book about dogs, this time with a little cat. It's called Yes and No, and it's written and illustrated by Elisha Cooper. Good morning, good morning. It's time to wake up. My dears, are you awake? And the dog says, "Yes." And the cat says, "No." "Did you sleep well?" "Oh, yes." And the cat says, "No, I did not." "Are you excited for the day?" And the dog says, "Yes, I'm excited." And the cat says, doesn't want to get up. "Now, would you like something to eat?" "Yes, I would like to eat something very much," says the dog. And the cat says, "No, I already ate." "Can we all clean up a little?" "Yes," says the dog. "Never," says the cat. "And now, as the work of the day begins, can you two play with each other?" "Yes, we can," says the dog. And the cat says, "No, thank you. No, 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 no." It's a beautiful day outside. Maybe you two can play outside?" And the puppy runs out and says, "Yes, yes, 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 yes." And the cat is a little more reluctant and says, "Well, if I must." "Oh, I see you caught your tail. That's nice, but look, there's so much out there. Can the two of you please think of something better to do?" "Yes. Oh my goodness. Yep, 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 yep. Look at all the trouble that puppy's getting into." And the cat says, "Actually, yes." And is watching the puppy do all of that until enough! "What are you doing? You have got to find another way to spend your day. Both of you go and look out for each other." So off they go on a long walk and up the hill from the house. They're smelling the air and seeing the sights. I think they're enjoying themselves until finally, "Hello out there. It's time to come in. It's time to come inside." And you know what the puppy says now? "No, it is time. No, 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 no." He says, "Now, would you like something to eat?" And the cat eats. And the dog says, "Well, okay. Can we all clean up a little?" And the puppy doesn't want to help. "And get ready for bed?" "No, not yet. My dear, did you have a good day?" "Yes and no. The day was good, but now it's done." And he looks a little sad. Can you think of all the good things today? I guess. And you know you can do those things again tomorrow. I suppose. And we are here, and you are here, and that will always be so. I know. Good night, good night. Are you ready to sleep? Yes. What does the cat say? No. Cats like to be up at night. He's going back out. That's cute. Cats and dogs, a little bit different. But we love them both. Very, very cute. And finally, I have this book called Wood Could by Tiffany Stone. And Mike Lowry did the pictures. Wood could. Nope. Wood is saying. One fine day in the forest, Wood was sleeping like a log when... What's about to happen? Look! Prince Fluffybutt! A unicorn! A unicorn? Where? That's what Log says. Look, he has a little bit of a horn on his head from where the stick was. Oh, she meant him. Wood could be a unicorn. Whee! But why go out on a limb for a stranger? Wood rolled out of sight. Huh, she thinks. Tail up, Prince Fluffybutt. We'll walk instead. Wood was drifting back to sleep when... Oh no, Prince Fluffybutt stuck in quicksand. If only I had a bridge. I gotcha, she thinks. Wood could be a bridge. Ouch, but why branch out? Wood would rather stick to sleeping, so off he rolled to find somewhere more peaceful. Tail up, Prince Fluffybutt, I'm coming. Wood had just settled into a mossy spot when... Prince Fluffybutt's been kidnapped! Pirates took him and left him on a desert island. I can't swim out to save him in this ball gown. If only I had a ship! Hint, hint. Do you know whose attention she's trying to get? There's Wood. Let's see what Wood thinks this time. Sigh. Wood could be a ship. But better yet, she could leave him alone. Hint, hint. He was pining for a nap. Wood rolled away, far, far away. Wait for us, she says. But not far enough, because soon... Help, help! A dragon flew off with Prince Fluffybutt and dropped him in her nest. She'll be back soon, and she's hungry. I need a ladder, quick! Wood could be a ladder. Oof. But she was out of her tree if she thought wood would. Roll, 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 roll. She's getting annoyed. Tail up, Prince Fluffybutt. I'll save you. Hey, come back, Prince Fluffybutt. It's really stuck. Please. She can't reach him. Wood felt a tiny splinter of guilt. Maybe he could, but no, it wasn't his fault. Later that fine, quiet day, deep in the forest, Wood was finally sleeping like a log when boo-hoo! Someone is crying. Boo-hoo! Wood had never heard such a noise. He decided to root out the culprit. Uh-oh, now they're both stuck in the tree. What Wood felt was bigger than a splinter. Wood felt a knot form deep inside. The knot did not feel good. Maybe it was time to turn over a new leaf. Wood could, but Wood would? Yes! Wood would. Roll, 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 and Wood helps her out of the tree. Wood felt warm inside. The warm feeling felt strangely good, almost as good as taking a nap. Almost. Do not disturb unicorn sleeping. And that's the end. I like the story of Wood, and I like thinking about words that sound the same but are spelled differently and have different meanings. That's pretty cute. Pretty cool, I guess, not cute. I hope you really enjoyed those stories. I'll see you again next week for more Friday Family Storytime. Bye.